Self-pleasure is not dirty, shameful, sinful, or wrong, but unfortunately, this sacred act of building an intimate relationship with yourself and honoring your body's capacity for pleasure is often met with unnecessary self-judgment and undue shame. So stay tuned today as we throw off the judgment and shame surrounding self-love with my ultimate guide to solo play. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. I'm Miss Alex and I'm so glad you're here. If you enjoy this video, hit like and subscribe as it really helps this channel and community grow. And if you find this content helpful, you can support the work that goes into this channel over at my Patreon. And if you go there today, you'll see a new bonus video called Miss L's Top 10 Favorite Solo Toys. In this private companion video, I bring out the top 10 toys I use for my own solo play and why I love them. So just go over to patreon.com/LXerotica to start watching this exclusive video. Alright, so like I said in last week's video, which I've linked in the description, our primary focus and the first step to successful solo play is to make pleasure the goal, not climax. It is perfectly okay and completely natural to desire sexual release. But if we make climax the goal, we shift the energy and focus from pleasure to performance, which will likely hinder, if not completely ruin, the odds of climax. So remember, orgasm should be the natural result of overwhelming pleasure, not the goal. Next, I would advise you to start with a fantasy and build from there. As we discussed last week, desire is the first phase of the sexual pleasure cycle, and desire cannot be ignored in solo play either. So put on something that you feel sensual and sexy in, get somewhere private where you feel safe to explore without worrying about interference or interruptions. Get comfortable in whatever position you choose. Then close your eyes and ask yourself, if I was with a partner, what would I want right now? Simple question, but what it will do is start inspiring some creativity and some fantasy. So allow your mind the time to bring a thought into focus and start building a fantasy around the visual act, encounter, or feeling that came up for you. All right, so did you picture being held and kissed by a partner? Go with it. Did you visualize a passionate encounter with multiple strangers? Go with it. Did your thoughts drift to a particular type of BDSM scene, toy, or device? Go with it. Keep building this fantasy and redirect your thoughts back to it as often as needed. But sometimes our minds are tired and overwhelmed, and this level of creative visualization and meditation won't be possible, and that's okay. In that case, you could recall a particularly hot encounter you've had with a current or past partner, or start with some juicy erotica. And for those of you who don't know, I've actually published 3 very hot, very steamy volumes of BDSM erotica in my series Red Room Diaries, which you can pick up in ebook and print on Amazon. And when it comes to solo play for you ladies, you should already know this, focus on the clit, all right? Like we discovered last week, this sexual organ is designed solely for pleasure with over 8,000 wonderful, beautiful, delicious nerve endings, so we do not want to ignore the clit. In fact, most women cannot achieve climax without external stimulation, especially when it comes to self-pleasure. So ladies, find the external stimulation that works for you. Whether it be with your hands or a particular toy, experiment with speed, pressure, intensity, and patterns until you discover your sweet spot. And if you're the partner of a lovely lady watching this and would like my insider secrets to erotic yoni massage, just go over to patreon.com/LXerotica to get instant access to this exclusive visual guide. I would also encourage you to experiment with toys during your solo play. And let me make one thing clear before we move on. Toys do not substitute for or replace your partner. And if a partner currently or in the past has tried to shame you for using toys with that argument, you can go ahead and call that out as manipulation and reject it right now. Okay? I'm giving you permission to do that because that was manipulation and it's completely false. Using toys during your solo play can be a wonderful way to discover a variety of different sensations and figure out what you like so that you can share that information with a partner and play together. Solo play should not substitute for or replace your partner, and neither should toys. Okay? This is about gathering information about yourself to bring into the experience with a partner for maximum pleasure and satisfaction. So, if you would like instant access to my bonus video where I discuss my personal top 10 favorite solo play toys, just go over to patreon.com/LXerotica. It is also so important to take your time during solo play, okay? I talk to so many ladies who enter their time of self-pleasure with goals and agendas and performance anxiety. And it's often due to the pressure they're placing on themselves to climax in a certain way or by a certain time. So, drop the goals, drop the expectations, and allow your mind and body as much time as needed to relax and build desire and arousal. All right? Sometimes quickies can happen and feel totally great and satisfying, but don't set that as the standard, okay? Invest in yourself for as long as you need. There is no such thing as taking too much time. And finally, be intentional about listening to your body. Like I said at the start of this video, solo play is the beautiful and sacred act of building an intimate relationship with yourself and honoring your body's capacity for pleasure. But your mind will desire different things and your body will respond in different ways at different times. So be present and loving with yourself and adapt your solo play according to your body's momentary desires and cravings. Additionally, when it comes to listening to your body, find a lube that your body loves, especially for any anal stimulation, which I discuss in detail in my video Booty Play 101, which I've also linked in the description. So yes, find a lube your body loves, but I would also encourage you to give your body the time, the opportunity to respond naturally. I personally often make it a goal in my solo play to just tease my body as I'm creating a fantasy, like we were talking about, and building desire. And I move on into intense stimulation or penetration only when my body is very aroused and responding naturally. Now, I understand there are many factors that can influence the female sexual response, such as stress, hormones, birth control, etc. But if your body is able to show physical signs of arousal without lubrication, just give it the opportunity to do so. And if your body is not capable of that, that's okay. There's no shame in that. Again, find a lube your body loves. So again, I want to say that the goal of solo play is not to replace a partner, but to get in touch with yourself so you can better communicate your desires and pleasures and fantasies to your partner for increased intimacy and connection. So, as a bonus tip, after your solo play is complete, consider writing out your fantasy and sharing it with your partner. Keeping a log of some steamy ideas is also a great resource for quickly building desire and arousal during your solo play or play with a partner. And if you're feeling really bold and want to add some intense intimacy to your solo play, you might even invite your partner to watch you or participate with you. Let's take a moment now to review some of these key points. So let's have a chat. Were you ever taught or otherwise given the impression that self-pleasure was dirty, shameful, or wrong? If so, what has empowered you to throw off that shame and judgment and reconnect with your body? Comment below and let me know.